something the teams have been picking up versus the TB.
I think for NiP, you're looking now at what your laning setup is. Are they going to just kind of sacrifice the Terrorblade in laning phase where level 1, level 2 you might be able to be a bit aggressive, but then eventually you might have to retreat to the jungle? If Era can pick up a Clockwork or one of these more tri-laney-esque heroes, then I think then this Terrorblade lane should dumpster a Bloodseeker in theory. Because sure, you're going to tank a Blood right, but just the over-aggression will just completely remove the Bloodseeker from the lane. So we might be seeing Saberlight sacrificed in the off lane just to make sure Charlie can get over that laning phase dominance that Bloodseekers can have, and then they'll have a very strong game because Bloodseeker could fall off.
And Bloodseeker as a concept right now, this hero, we're seeing it come back in, teams playing it pretty much exclusively on the off lane, right? Obviously in the past it used to be in other places. It is a different hero now though. Is there going to be any chance we ever see this hero tried out in a different role, or is it only playable in the off lane?
How can he answer? He didn't see any of core Bloodseekers right now.
Well, the answer would...
We don't know. How can I answer?
No, please. No, it's fine. I was going to try and give like a little cheeky...
Yeah, but I'm just trying to dodge all the BS because I know where we can go with this. Like, yeah, you can try the Bloodseeker. It's possible, I guess, but we haven't really seen it. Even in pubs, I haven't really tried it. I have seen it a lot on the offlane. In the core position, it doesn't really feel as strong because the nerfs that he got before just make him a worse core. With the buffs that he got, make him a better utility that buffs up that one single core. And when you're looking at these bans from NiP, they've banned out the Zeus, which is amazing with Bloodseeker. Arc Warden isn't shabby at all as well. And one hero that's left remaining for Khan that they can think about is Drow Ranger, right? That deals with the Terror.
Oh yeah, Drow has been proven to be very strong. I just sort of across the board, and against the TB in particular.
Would be a very skirmishy lineup coming out from Khan, where for sure it's very scary if they can execute. But we saw in that game 1, they had the lead, they had the big kind of hold on that game, and then they somewhat threw it away. So I would be skeptical to see Khan go for more of a skirmishy lineup because it just puts even more pressure on their kind of decision making, which is clearly what is lacking in this series compared to NiP.
And as the panel said, didn't have a lot of tower push last game. I mean, if you can't, you're trying to make sure you got something that's going to help you with a bit of the early objective taking.
Yeah, it's the way they opened up with this draft as well. You're pretty much picking the heroes that are strong in the meta picks, but you're locking yourself with these 2 picks that they don't check way too many boxes when you think about Dota as a strategical game.
Sure, like you're seeing TB Venger, like, damn, that's a strong synergy, great opener, but Bloodseeker Entrance, like, well, where are you going with this?
When you look at Venge and TB, you see a save, you see a stun, you see utility from the Vengeful, which opens up heroes such as Mirana as well. You see that wave of terror that opens up the possibility for Roche. And then you see TB, that's your objective taking, right? Like, you see a bunch of these things. When you see Enchantress and Bloodseeker, you're like, Enchantress is good in lanes and Bloodseeker buffs people. You know?
The way that I see this, though, it's like, Khan realized that they did outplay NiP in that first 10-minute window, right? And if they can double down on that and have even better heroes to pressure the laning phase, they might give themselves like that extra 5k cushion. So if they do make that mistake going into that kind of those mid fights, it's not as if the game's already back in NiP's favor like we saw in that first game.
We had this discussion earlier, not on the panel, but in the green room, in which, like, what kind of a person are you? Are you the person that likes to excel at your strong parts, or do you want to be more well-rounded? Do you want to
do you want to be
any weak points?
Do you want to be the Toad, or do you want to be the Luigi?
Exactly, and I don't know if Khan necessarily are going to excel any further than that last game. I think that's the peak of winning your laning stage. That Storm was dominating every single lane. He was beyond godlike. It's difficult to even repeat that kind of a performance versus any team that's like NiP. They just fell from Immortal Division. These aren't your random stacks that will allow you to win the laning stage as convincingly twice in a row.
Nice. From what I mentioned about the Terrorblade, they pick up this Earthshaker Mirana combo. I'm expecting Mirana to be the offlane. They could easily put it mid potentially, but it's the fact that you have this offlane that can solo. Shaker naturally secures your offlane, which means he can then instantly go and help out this Terrorblade lane if needed. So I like how they've already had the idea about we can't just simply 2-1-2 this game because our Terrorblade won't like playing into Bloodseeker and Windrunner.
I like the Ember pick. Like, this is another hero. it was in the back of my mind. Wind Ranger kind of threw me off, but Ember is just one of those that deals with the TB. And we mentioned the Drow before. Drow is really good versus TB overall, but if you're afraid of going for that lineup that would, with that Drow, literally have 0 teamfight, you can get something more teamfight oriented on position 1 and rely that this Ember will be the way to deal with the Terrorblade eventually.
Yeah, I mean, on top of the Wind Ranger comboing very nicely with the Bloodseeker, the playmaking and the way they're going to be able to run it, this TB does look pretty ferocious. Like, Blood Rage on the Ember, having that spell amp on, there's already incredible amount of magical damage at the 15-minute mark.
That Storm was just banned, right?
Yeah, Storm was just banned.
After seeing Ember, they banned out the Storm.
It's because I'm looking at Khan's 4 heroes right now, and I'm seeing 2 side lanes that are so aggressive and should instantly win their lanes.
Oh, so you think this Ember's going to be in the side?
I would expect so, because they don't have last pick.
Yeah.
So they can, of course, pick another 1-2 hero that can flex between the two of them. But I'm just seeing Ember Enchantress in lane against a Mirana Shaker. Shaker doesn't really provide anything to the lane other than equilibrium, making sure the creep wave's back at your tower. But if you have this constant pressure coming out, if whatever this offlaner will be it Mirana, whatever NiP last picks, it's not going to have that much fun of a time. So if I'm seeing right now 2 side lanes going really well, there's a lot of pressure on Supreme to have a good game. And we saw in that first game, didn't really have a good start to the game. And if Khan's mid laner can outplay again, then I'm potentially seeing 3 lanes on paper maybe going to Khan, unless this last pick is like big for
Because could you also go with the route of having these 4 heroes running around making the plays Ember mid, and you get something like the Spectre as the last pick? You just banned the Vipers, so it could have opened up for
100%. Yeah, that could also be a thing where they just put the Ember mid as well and just go for a win condition.
It's also an option.
Yeah.
Keep in mind though that NiP is extremely versatile with Shaker and the Mirana, so they can round this draft up any way they want to, either by a support, mid laner, or off laner. Most likely not support, but.
I think the main thing here is Khan are realizing that their best window to win these games is the first 25-30 minutes. And
but just after feeling how far ahead they were able to get in game
exactly,
one.
And for NiP, they know that they're the more experienced team. There's a Spectre. Oh, God. And this is where NiP just know that they will be able to play the later portion of the game. Their understanding of the bigger picture is much better than Khan's.
Because it does look good, right? The Spectre. You get a few items, and as the game goes on, Mirana, Ven, Shaker, they're not going to be hurting this Spectre, right? You're not blowing him up. You're only relying on sort of the TB to hit in. And they, as we saw in that last one, taking the Vipers away as well, that just removes one of the biggest problems for a Spectre in the game.
Yeah, it's all about that pressure in this offlane. When you have this Shaker, it's a non-pressure offlaner, where if you have maybe like the Venom answer or something, you can argue maybe, but I'm not seeing...
If their last pick is mid, and you have Shaker and Mirana on the offlane, that lane can go well for the Shaker and Mirana. Shaker naturally does just sustain your lane.
But with the Ench though?
Even with the Ench, if you do it well enough, but I can see your point.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and then they go for the mid Invoker. So Invoker, naturally, out of all the heroes, is one of the best as the anti-aggression with the Quaswex.
Yeah, the Quaswex is going to be really nice against this Ember Wind Ranger Bloodseeker running.
Very strong, very strong. And I think NiP, they realize that they can't win the early fights, but their scaling point will be extremely scary. I just think that the Spectre, like you mentioned, Owen, is very, very strong, and it pretty much negates 3 of the heroes on NiP's draft.
There's a lot of aggression coming from Khan, but you are playing into a Shaker, and you might reach that point in which you're just hitting the wall and he's breaking apart your fight, especially if he gets a decent timing on that Blink Dagger. But once again, same in the first game, the odds don't reflect that, because NiP is a bigger organization.
Yeah, they are still favourite team.
They're the favourite team.
They did change a little bit after to that game 1, I think, reflecting at least the potential that we did see from Khan.
But I still like Khan's draft, and I like the way it's rounded up. They look very aggressive. This Wind Ranger, might throw you off a little bit, but it is a Wind Ranger plus Bloodseeker. That's Shackles into Bloodright, which can be very deadly to any one of these heroes.
Yeah, I feel like it's just going to be a case of how well NiP can match the fast plays that Khan's doing, and at the same time slow down the Spectre, right?
No, exactly that. I like Khan's draft again. Second game in a row. My fear is just the execution, and I think NiP they just have that a little bit more dialed in. So if we see Khan take that early lead, maybe they can do it again, have a good chaotic game. But it's just the factor of the macro, the big picture gameplay, and NiP just feel a little bit more superior just because of the big mistakes Khan made in that first game.
Would you sort of agree, Liz? Do you think NiP with the upper hand?
when I look at these drafts, I think they might even have a better shot than in that first match. Storm had a free lane in that first match. This might be a little bit more difficult for Ember, but overall, I think that if they're as aggressive, they have this Spectre that eventually can win this game if they do not make as many mistakes.
Wow, all right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We may just see just as close of a game as we did in game one, and maybe one that's going to go the whole way again with the two late game carries, Spectre and Terrorblade coming out in this one. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself ready for game 2 of Khan versus NiP.
Thank you so much, Rap God. We are here again, Lacoste Insurrection Slangs for game 2 in the series. Costi, what are you thinking about that draft?
Which one? The one with the Wind Ranger?
No, either one. Just interested.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Bloodseeker and Wind Ranger when paired up together in the laning stage. I think that's in a super aggressive lane that you can get so much out of it. And on the other side, you have TB as a late game carry. I just want to see what they're going to be putting their lanes at. Mid, Invoker, as expected. And the bottom is just going to be Earthshaker and Mirana. So nothing unordinary here.
Yep, truly nothing unordinary. The last elimination game for a team, everything on the line, and it's time to pick Wind Ranger. As we see, Khan one step behind. They have got to win this, and they will be stunned up on their Spectre. Stun into arrow, completely genius move trying to go get that first blood. They won't be able to move back, though, on that Spectre, hiding behind that tower. And yeah, let's talk about the lanes a little bit, my friend. You're up against the Ember as Invoker. You probably win that one, right?
Yes, you do, but, you know, it's hard to judge just by the heroes here, since this is a
what
Dota.
The heck? These guys are blocking the other guy's thing. That's incredible. Have you ever seen that in your entire career?
Yes, I did. And, you know, these are two teams that we've seen in the previous game where there's going to be a lot more mistakes than what we usually see. So some of those mistakes are going to get punished. Naive does not have any region left. He ate a one shared tango, has a ring, farming underneath the tower. He got all 4 CS. I don't think you're getting much out of this lane.
No.
Like, you just secured Spectre 4 CS. The lane's going to push in.
I'm sorry, can we talk about top lane here? Wind Ranger has completely gotten this guy out of the lane, any experience. As you said, such a powerful lane with Bloodseeker and Wind Ranger. The Earthshaker's hiding under his tower at 57 seconds, Lacoste.
Yep, now they're swapping the lane. Spectre got the free last hits on the bottom. This is the scale build. You get Shackle on Wind Ranger. If they get him, ooh, it could have been pretty big. Now they're swapping the lanes once again.
Jesus, this is some musical chairs. Like another TP down at the bottom lane. This is all over the place. Another full lane swap with a Bloodseeker and Wind Ranger now going bottom to put pressure on that Earthshaker. They just followed him up. They're not letting him go, Lacoste.
At one point, you have to stop. You know, having a Spectre on the top lane, eventually you need to swap the lane. You can't just be there. This could be a first blood. One more hit will do the trick.
And there you go. The Enchantress taken out. All that musical chairs, and somebody has to lose, as Enchantress will fall first. But the problem that we have seen from people that have not been able to execute this combo is transition from laning stage into mid and late game. Do you think that they have a chance of winning this one in the late game, Lacoste, with a Spectre versus a Terrorblade, despite having a level advantage out from Khan from this combo?
I mean, it's a TB with Venge, so there is one save there who's going to have... They have a lot of disengaging spells. You have Fissure, you have EMP, Tornado. It's easy to set things up for them, you know, but still I would favor Spectre. You need to be careful about that Sunder, but there's also Bloodseeker controlling the team fight with the Blood Rage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called Blood Rage. Well, what's the name of the spell?
Oh, the Bloodseeker spell, yes.
Yeah, the second one. Yeah, the second spell.
Blood Right.
Blood Right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Thank you. You're right. Yeah. Anyway, now that our musical chairs are over, looks like these are some solid lanes here. Gonna try to put some damage onto this Venge, but it could go either way. Spectre deciding no Spectral Dagger here. Mid lane going as, not really as we predicted, 18 last hits for your Ember Spirit versus the 10 coming out from Invoker, almost double now. That's surprising.
as expected.
Oh.
Ember Spirit getting on top of him. I mean, Invoker, I did not see his starting item build, but you want to get as much damage as possible early on, get 1 or 2 nullies. And in the previous game, he also struggled Supreme against Mio. Mio was godlike in the previous game on Storm Spirit against Doom, just completely dumpstered the lane.
He truly was, and you know, Ember is a hero that can transition into like this super crazy team fighty damage dude if he gets far enough. Storm, very great against those 1 targets, unless he gets an Agnum Scepter.
Right now, Khan is in a very bad spot. If Charlie can just keep denying, Spectre cannot get close, and that's the reason why she instantly TPs to the bottom lane.
Enchantress pretend. Yep, we're gonna get caught out again. Mirana landing all of those arrows, and Ench having a pretty rough time here, as we see Khan is on the back foot. Not looking too hot. This Terrorblade gets too much farm. Not gonna look good, and it's something that we see a lot from these teams as well. The Terrorblade start to get out of control. It's not like a Spectre quietly farming. Terrorblade will bring that out of control farm to you much earlier. As we see. An arrow!
Almost hit DB.
Woo! His teammate nearly got him. As we see Bloodseeker now charging towards. Go, baby, go! And able to save his own life there. Woo! Barely.
They really needed that arrow to hit.
Yeah. Down the bottom lane. Nothing too of note. Gonna get that rune from NiP. Khan, Gilger, ya boy. Not able to do much. Oh boy, this is not looking great for our Khan friends. NiP seems to be doing pretty well. Even all that, you know, work to make sure that no farm went on the Earthshaker. He's doing just fine.
He's fine. Yeah, Ember Spirit has a ton of farm at the moment. 36 and 7.
That's good.
A lot of. Look at the denies. It's very surprising to see this huge amount of denies at this point of the game.
He hates them. Bottom lane.
Arrow connects.
There we go. Stun.
Fake
nothing.
arrow.
It's, yep. Looks like they're doing everything they can here. What's the item for Saberlight? Is he going straight into Ags? Does he get a blink?
Blank Dagger.
Yeah.
I was part of the Lizards game when he played Earthshaker mid, fed a couple of times, bought Aghanim Scepter, and he was playing against Dark Willow. So root mechanic, he got stopped once, sold it, got a Blink Dagger, did nothing, and we lost the game. I've not seen anything similar in 15 years of playing Dota, I have to be honest.
That's why I bring it up, of course, Earthshaker.
You heard the story?
I did. Poor Lizard. Yeah, those at home do try to get a blink before the Ags on the Earthshaker. In pretty much every situation. As we see. I gotta admit, though, does Ember really have the power to win this game single-handedly, though? He's doing very well. 42 last hits. Man, I don't know. And meanwhile, bottom lane, Earthshaker, taking some hits. Oh, if he was level 6, that would be...
He is 6, but low on mana. Ooh.
10 mana short. Shame. Shame.
Yeah, you asked if Ember can solo win this game. I mean, it's his job to keep them busy until Naive comes online on Spectre.
The question is, will we get there? Invoker starting to get back up. Now the 3rd highest net worth, right under the Terrorblade. And we'll see the Ember now start to farm some very needed stacks to keep him in his position of #1. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker running into the mid. Nothing really too big happens. A little bit of AMP action. He's going to sit back there with no man and just stare at him. Pops that wand. Look at that. And they're defending the mid.
They have extremely good tools of just defending their towers with Bloodright, with the power shot. No one's on the top lane, so a lot of XP is just being jungle creeps at the moment.
There we go. A enchanted Hellbear Smasher slowly walks towards the Earthshaker. Oh, just canceling out those. I'm pretty sure if you just walked away, you would have left already. Meanwhile, Wind Ranger attempting to deny Roshan, my boy, does not want to touch that, and he lets her die. Bottom lane, little aggression on your boy Earthshaker. He's out. And that Hellbear Smasher will die a horrific death after serving his purpose. Enchantress cares not for him any longer. Sad.
Invoker will have a good game. Quasvex Invoker against Bloodseeker, against Windranger, and Ember Spirit just dispelling things. Looking good. He only needs to get 1 kill so that he gets an earn charge, then other kills are gonna get there easier.
Lacoste, if you had a in real life Helm of the Dominator and you could just dominate an animal, like it does whatever you say at any point, but it is on a timer.
You can just get a dog if you want to do that.
I agree. I mean, maybe in the Old West that would be useful, but it is 2020. There's no need to take over a goose to have it go bite somebody and then, you know, expire in 3 minutes. Not nice.
That sounds OP.
All right. Oh, Echo Slam. Why? He's dead? Okay.
I mean, they kill you 2 or 3 times. You want to use your spell, maybe. Maybe you're angry, you know?
Absolutely.
Oh,
nice
that's a good arrow.
Coming out on the Spectre, who is the real target that you're after there. Spectre getting brought down. Gonna be able to run, but not for long. Incoming on your Bloodseeker. Picking up a kill and going straight for Invoker.
They have a sentry. They
Beautiful
see him.
Stuff. Trying to make his way out. He didn't know where it was, and he pops out of Invis. Only in time to die. Will this be a dive? This is what Bloodseeker's so good at early game. Just going under your towers. Actually surprised they're going to let her live. Interesting.
They had 1 impetus. That's it. Bloodright was on cooldown. He's maxing out Bloodright, which is a correct thing to do. You just want to have a longer duration silence, lower the cooldown. DB has been silently farming. You know, we did not see too much out of Charlie. Just hitting some creeps, got a kill, and an assist on the top lane. He's extremely high level, level 8.
That's a double stack. Twice more than I've ever seen in one of my pub games. As we see this Terrorblade get some moolah. Ironwood Tree coming out. The Ironwood Tree. Powerful, very powerful. The birthplace.
Lore, please, yeah.
The Ironwood branch comes from the Ironwood Tree.
Who would have guessed?
That is the lore. They took time to write that into the Dota client. Interesting. There's that goddamn monkey courier
again. What's the description on a branch right now? Wearing one of those will ensure a good game, or good luck, or...
Yeah, something like that. Okay, Invoker trying to catch out of that Spectre yet again. Spectre got a lot of allies there, but a lot of stuns. Very low HP as the teams get ready. Where's Marana? What are you doing? Throw an arrow. Could it hit Mio? Dios Mio himself? No, don't even try the arrow. Very sad. Meanwhile, where the hell is Terrorblade? Is he just farming to his life's content in the triangle, completely unimpeded?
He already used the meta and will not be joining any team fights at all. Now they're pressuring the tower. Right now, Khan's lineup is extremely strong. Like, once Ember starts putting some skill points into chains, the setup is extremely good.
Yes.
Power shot, Bloodright.
Trick is, will he ever get there? Lacoste?
We're talking about Ember Spirit. I mean, this game's just not gonna end. Why are you being so negative towards the Windranger?
Will he ever get that next level to put points in chains? That is the question. Here's the lore, +6 attributes. Thank you for writing that. Thank you so much. Great lore. As our observer furiously goes over it again. Hands shaking with rage. Whoa. So, Lacoste, my friend, what will we do if Khan is no more? What will happen to us?
Khan definitely a team, you know, that surprised me how well they were playing. And especially in the last game, that was the most entertaining Dota I watched in the last 30 days, and I watched it every day.
Yes, I will miss them. It is bad when they pick Windranger, but we will see if they have the strength to continue. NiP, gonna get gone on here. Nice ultimate from the Bloodseeker on a great target. Does he miss that? Does he actually does? Here comes the Shackle landing on nothing. And now the turnaround. No Shackle, no problem. Earthshaker not able to use his ultimate and on the back line. Ooh, Sunstrike!
What a player. Gilger shares the Sunstrike damage with him. They were just holding the hands like the real bros.
Who this guy? What is this?
They can't see him.
Oh my goodness gracious, the Shadow Amulet. Incredible for the few seconds of his life until it was ripped away from him. And here we go.
The light from the Starstorm reveals him.
It does?
It is not.
Oh, okay. That was worse than Dota than I thought. It's just a metaphor. A grand metaphor. Yeah, since we got some downtime here, Lacoste, what if you weren't doing esports, what would you be doing? What was the
probably working in pharmacy. You know, that's what I've been doing. Almost 10 years while still playing Dota.
If I got super sick, could you find the plants needed to save my life?
I don't think so.
Okay. Arrow on to that.
You know, shout out to those first people who actually, you know, tried out stuff for us. Oh, yes. Look at this plant. Let's test it out. Let's try to cook it. Let's try to dry it out, then cook it, or just eat it raw. See how it goes.
We went through a lot of them. Shout out to the early pharmacists who made medicine what it is. And coming on the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker gonna get hit a few times with a nice tornado. No hope of making it out of here alive. But we'll pick up something else. Wow, look at the power. Did you see that shackle shot? It shackled 2 people, followed by an incredible power shot, doing absolutely nothing. Incredible, incredible. Clip it. Let's see that shackle shot clipped, everyone.
I do not like the putting 1 point in Windranger ulti when you're playing this position 4. It's much better to just max out the shackle and power shot. You're not getting too much value out of that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're hitting with your 8 damage 100 times, but we'll see what happens. No big deal. As the teams get ready again. Now, NiP, they're doing literally, Terrorblade has not left the triangle in, I would say, 8 minutes.
He doesn't need to. Yes. Like, that's his job, just hit the creeps.
It is definitely the job of Khan to stop this from happening, though, and they seem to be getting into that ever so easy to fall into complacency of just doing some fights, getting some kills, and then backing. That's not how you beat Terrorblade, boys. You've got to get in there. And now even Earthshaker is taking stacks.
He's going passive. Guardian Greaves, okay. First time I see it. I love players who try to think differently. I mean, he's playing against the Spectre, so he might be afraid that he's not gonna get the first jump, but eventually, as an Earthshaker, you need to have a mobility item. It's still better than what Lizard did on his Earthshaker.
Absolutely.
So.
I mean, bar none. Looks like they felt that smoke coming, or they had some vision on it. Not seeing any wards I could have given that. Oh, yeah, there might have been one right there up at the toppy top. So, looks like that invisible Piranha has been found. There got some misconceptions about where Khan is right now, as Khan does a smoke of their own. Now on the hunt, the line is drawn. Will they be able to get the God game shackle that they need in order to make this thing happen? They do find somebody out on the back line there. Ultimate coming out. It is the Earthshaker, not the best target in the world. Gonna be hitting him up. Should be an easy kill. Beautiful shackle into Arrow, getting that kill. But Venge looking to do something of her own. Nice double warding there. Safe, efficient. And they will walk out with a free pick-off, Lacoste.
Yes, they will. They're making Saberlight's life miserable. Like, I don't feel the influence of this Earthshaker at all. Like, there's a huge difference between Bloodseeker and Earthshaker in this game. Like, our Earthshaker's just gonna miss the timings.
But sometimes that doesn't really matter. Yet again, sorry to be a broken record, Terrorblade still unimpeded farm. I mean, I'll die 100 times on Earthshaker if I can make sure this happens. No big deal. I have done it before. Many times, in fact.
Without having a carry who free farms. Just died 100 times, that's it.
That's called space creation, my friend. Khan now, and you're looking at your net worth. Somehow, your Ember Spirit is able to stay on top. He is, however, spending most of his time with his team, killing people. Spectre, now, falling behind on this Terrorblade, who is just farming, farming, farming. Do they have the answers for this in any way?
I mean, Spectre's gonna get close to her Radiance in another minute. Still good timing considering how the laning stage went. Valet,
my
drop
big boy,
for
Valet!
Enchantress. I mean, you can give that to either your Bloodseeker or you give it to your Wind Ranger. Like, she's not dealing any right-click damage, but your position 5 Ench is, so you do not want to have reduced damage on those impeti.
has been killed.
Sorry. The cat has been slain. Not going to be able to find any other pick, however. They're sticking around, though, as your boy Ember going in from the back line. Nice dust there to try to get out. Don't want to get the Venge first. The least important Terrorblade is actually going to be here for this fight. Shackle and a swap coming out. Terrorblade now being a little afraid, but he sees his opportunity. Here comes the damage. The Metamorphosis is up and taking them down. They're going to be able to see him. Mirana ult to try to get them escape, but there are a lot of detections everywhere, buddy.
He needs to run.
Run away!
What a shackle!
The shackle! Very nice shackle as Terrorblade turns around and starts to annihilate the entire team. They will back out here on
That's a dieback from Saberlight.
Oh, Saberlight, what's going on, buddy? Oh.
He's not having a game. And
Blink
with this,
dagger.
He's fallen behind Mirana, position 4 Wind Ranger on the enemy team. Position 5 Enchantress at the moment has the same amount of farm.
Yeah. Gonna be able to get a pick off on the Bloodseeker, which is great, but they did put a ton of pressure on the Earthshaker. You know, they originally were tri-laning against the poor guy, and then they've moved down, so it is good to see that paying off here. If Earthshaker does get what he needs, he really is the big old team fight that they desperately need in this game. But we'll see if it's worth it. Radiant's coming out, 19 minutes and 55 seconds for your Spectre. Is that good, Lacoste?
It's decent, considering how the early game was going.
Alright. Shackle up on your Marauder. She got plenty of leaps, though. She'll get out of there. Meanwhile, on the back end, looking for something else.
And Gilger, he finds the best tier 1 item. I think he's just going to keep that item. You have Ironwood Tree, so you can easily land the Shackles. It's an item that also Timbersaw allows, so you can always use a Timber Chain.
Oh, I didn't think about that interaction. Perhaps you get an Aether Lens so you can put the tree even further back. Think about it, Lacoste.
I'm thinking about it.
Don't spend too much
Surprised
time.
no one did it so far. Maybe it's just dumb.
Absolutely not, Lacoste.
I'm afraid... Sorry, Slacks.
No, please.
That NiP is not going to be able to scale. You have DB as your late game insurance. But if you compare Invoker and Ember Spirit, like Ember Spirit is going for the damage items. He has Maelstrom, almost full BKB, a net to keep people in place.
Looking pretty scary there.
And I'm not going to even mention Earthshaker. Like, he does not have a game.
He does not exist yet. But all it takes is one bad initiation, one bad grouping up, and Earthshaker can easily come back. Kinda. The battle of the two invisible animal ladies as
Dust
they
on dust
dust
action.
each other. Dust on dust action, what everybody wants to see. And, you know, your Enchantress dies yet again. Meanwhile, Metamorphosis coming out, hitting Spectre Illusions here, looking for the real one. He's going to focus on that Bloodseeker instead. Bloodseeker, massive damage coming out from that Terrorblade. And there's Wind Ranger. She throws in a single power shot and then runs away. Meanwhile, Echo Slam on top of the Spectre does get a great shackle on the Invoker in the back line, but they're going everything on the Spectre. Spectre is out. BKBs are popped. Wind Ranger is alive, but the BKB man himself, Terrorblade.
You know, he's going ham at the moment with the BKB SNY.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's thinking about going in.
Scary stuff.
And
though.
she's out.
Yeah, bye-bye. But hey, you pick up a Spectre, they get an Invoker. Not the worst trade in the world. Double damage coming out on the Spirit. With his double crowbars. The most terrifying ancient weapon, the two-handed crowbar. Very frightening. Imagine a crowbar coming at you and hitting your katana and snapping it in half. Did you know the Trident has no style?
What do you mean, no style?
So like a katana, you go to school and you can learn the proper use to hold a katana, swipe a katana. None such exists for the Trident. It is simply there to be wielded as you see fit.
Because no one even used that. Who used it? Poseidon?
Gladiators used it all the time.
Oh, you're correct, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, I find it fascinating.
If you're a gladiator, you see like bunch of weapons out there. Like, I don't think you're gonna go for that one.
The Trident?
The Trident, yeah.
It has 3 heads. Very powerful. A sword only has 1, a flail only has kind of 0, but a trident has 3 pointy heads. If you're going to eat food, would you pick a fork or a knife? Fork has more utility.
Good question. Depending if it's a butter knife, whatever. Butter fork. What is that?
They have those in Croatia, the butter forks? Please, pass me the butter fork.
Well, maybe we just invented something that has a lot of future and money coming to us. So Spectre gets the Aegis. A good shackle once again.
Wow, incredible. Look at that massive damage on Mirana. How could she possibly be still standing after that assault? And she will walk back.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And a pause. Don't. What does that say? What does that say? Sorry, lags. It's okay. Says Charlie.
Everyone's
kind.
being more friendly in game number 2.
That is true. I mean, the Storm Spirit not tilted this time. Can't blame him, though. 15-2 and loses a game. I'd be pissed.
So Enchantress is holding on to the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, I'm fine with that if you're putting it in the backpack during the fight.
Interesting. Does it... All right, real dumb question here. Does it matter with her thingy?
You have a good point, Slacks. Maybe I'm just dumb.
No, I'm actually...
Well, now I don't know. Like, I'm not going to be one of those, analysts that say, yeah, if I remember correctly, last time I checked. No, you did not check anything. Stop lying. I really don't know the answer.
Yeah. Fogged would definitely say, well, I know in a last patch it didn't, but just not sure if it's been affected. I talked to my friend Puppy, and he said it's fine.
Yeah, Puppy just sent me a message, saying...
He said it's fine.
I can't believe you just said that. Let me correct you real quick.
And then BSJ says, oh, I've won 10 pubs in a row using only Enchantress Philosopher's Stone, let me tell you. All right, here we go. They're really pushing it on that bottom down. Boom, shakalaka. Who the hell was that? Was that a Spectre? Truly a ghost. Meanwhile, check out these guys running towards the battle at full speed. Spectre is taken out, as you would imagine. And here we go. BKB on the Ember. He's going to get out, and the rest of the team showing up late.
Does not connect.
Go, Wind Ranger, go. Oh, wait, she's instantly dead.
No, that's going to miss.
No, look at that. Oh, of course. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker. Oh, that was... What was Spectre doing down there with an Aegis? That's not how you play Spectre. Spectre comes in last, not first.
I mean, they had the tower. I don't see the reason why Noah TP'd. She also had ulti. I guess they just locked her down. I did not see because we were watching the rest of the con members approaching the team fight from the north.
I mean, it was kind of like an anime, right? When they knock out one of the main characters and then you see the supporting cast like, Goku, no! And then you go back and he's already on the ground. I would imagine. I don't watch that garbage.
I was about to ask you that because on the morning panel, you went really ham on anime.
Yeah, we did.
Not we did. You and Ridge did. I watched Castlevania, man.
Is that an anime?
It is. Well,
I believe that's a video game. Great lore in that series as well. But
that one was awesome. Yeah, usually I don't watch them, but this one was pretty damn good. So back to the game.
Sure.
Even game in terms of net worth, but just watching the TB beat the shit out of Spectre. Full dataless on him.
Wow.
That's just straight up damage.
There's the GG tree, as we've been expecting. The powerful Wind Ranger item, only a 7-second setup time, and she will double shackle there on the Terrorblade. Meanwhile, on this fight, we're seeing quite the opposite. BKB's being popped and the rest of the team being gone on. NiP in big trouble. Nice Sunder coming out from Terrorblade. Double damage. Look at him. BKB slapping him down. Bye-bye Bloodseeker. No escape as TB tends to take it. Here we go. Another shackle.
Another shackle.
Beautiful job there as TB has already used his Sunder. And they're going to be looking for more. 2 supporty boys left. Woo!
From
nice
downtown.
Shot from downtown. Well done, Gilger. Looking for more here. Not going to be able to get it.
They're very limited on the lockdown. Like, if Earthshaker does not get a jump on Ember Spirit can always just get in and out of the team fights.
Yo, hold up. There's an Earthshaker in this game? Holy shit. Oh, no.
You got me there.
That's not good. But yes, if they don't use that Earthshaker stuff, it is not going to happen. And can we take a look at this Earthshaker's items and see how close we are to him being relevant?
2,000. He has a Guardian Greaves. I mean, I can understand that. Removing the chains, removing the silence from the Bloodseeker, keeping his teammates alive. But the problem is, like, Invoker is not gonna scale with this item build. That's what I'm afraid of. But still, you know, you have Charlie on TB who's 5,000 gold ahead of the Spectre. Saberlight once again.
Well, a lot of pressure on this guy. He will tank that. He is ready to be murdered at any moment. Anybody? Oh, that's even more depressing. They didn't even think it was worth killing the man. Oh, my heart goes out to you, Saberlight. My heart really does. It's okay to be slain in battle, but they didn't even want him to go to Valhalla. That's not cool. Anywho, Charlie, firing away. Richer and richer. Got Satanic in the pocket. Looking to buy it. Somebody going shopping. Paladin sword coming out for your Bloodseeker. Not too shabby. And we'll see where this goes.
He needs to use Reflection whenever there's Spectre nearby, getting the Radiance effect on it, on the whole team.
Spider legs coming out on the old Spectre. Very frightening. Easy for her to get out. Another way for her to run. Very nice.
She's not keeping that item. There's
Spider
Titan Sliver, so she's just gonna keep that one instead. Craggy Coat. I mean, that's an okay-ish item when you're playing against TB. Maybe give it to your Vindranger. She's not dealing any right-click damage. Could even get it on the Bloodseeker. I just feel like that's one of the worst tier 3 items and very situational.
The Crag?
The Craggy, yeah.
I love it. Slap a Craggy on an axe. Slap it on anybody. Spider legs going out to, Earthshaker. Finally, a little bit of mobility. That's good. Them Spiders.
It's like having a broken Blink Dagger.
Yeah, it really is. Nerfed Blink. Who would have thought? Looks like a pick may be happening here. Nice initiation here by the Invoker, trying to pick off an arrow in the back. Misses everybody. Earthshaker able to stun. Stop the TP. Here we go. Windranger dies. 2 hits. Swap back. And the Enchantress falls as well. That is just NiP. If they can get on top of you, they can destroy you. It's all about that initiation. Luckily, though, not destroying the targets that they wanted to. Immediately going to smoke as I thought that they went back. No, Ember, it's a trick! He pops his BKB, gets swapped around.
That's 3 versus 5. What is Ember doing?
He's a big
He really
boy.
wants that Mirana.
I want you, Mirana! But he will actually get out of there. Nice remnant in the back. Made his way out. Spectre now taking over Terrorblade's job. As he free farmed before, she free farms now. Difference is, though, Lacoste, she's farming lanes, not triangles. That's where the money is.
Yeah, that's why she died 4 times.
It's tough. Still, though, miles ahead on this Terrorblade. Oh, boy. Go get him, Spectre. You can do it. I trust you. You've got this. Wow, nice. Dust and Shackle coming out from Windranger with a fantastic blink. Invoker dusted up.
NATO.
Putting it back. And surprisingly, despite that incredible initiation, incredible uses of skills, he walks away effortlessly. There's a scan. Yes, there they are under the tower. But
where could they possibly be? I don't know.
There they are. But no, they will back up.
Scan them real good. 2 more scans and one of the players is going to disconnect.
That's I wish. What if there was a hero like that? If you scan people, it actually, kills them. But if they're in vision, it does 0 damage. Think about it. Not like an insta-kill.
I'm just glad that we have Ice Frog balancing Dota.
You know, you say that, but he steals ideas all the time from me. All the time, Lacoste. You're an old school Dota player. Did you ever say something to Ice Frog and then he implemented it?
Yeah.
You did?
I mean, it's not something that people know about, but, you know, sometimes I do say stuff.
Wow. Sorry to call you out like that. I was expecting a no. Incredible. Can you tell Ice Frog to release Treasure 3?
I don't think he is the guy who's in charge. He just loves the game.
He loves Treasure 3. Picking up on top of that Bloodseeker. The old combo. Tornado into arrow, into stun, into literal just endless hitting. This is extremely concerning when you have one guy tied down, your entire team is hitting him, and it takes you 30 seconds to kill him. Maybe, maybe someone but terribly get some damage, please. That's not what you want to reveal to the enemy team.
TB with alacrity, full Satanic, level 20. I mean, they're just gonna go on the high ground.
Not a lot can save him here, my friend. Khan has the opportunity to turn around. They're gonna need Spectre to really do something.
Just kidding. There's one dagger, and they're like, fail.
Run!
I mean, they do not want to take a fight here. I can totally understand. You know, next Roche is respawning in 40 seconds. So if they lose that fight, they lose the Roche. So it's much better to just get the tier 2 tower on mid instead.
Look at that
They even
damage.
popped the glyph.
Yikerinos. Damage coming out so high from the Terrorblade. He doesn't even have meta up. This is just terrifying. Shackle up. Misses.
Casually uses Satanic to keep himself on full HP.
Yeah, that's
We can see Gilger drawing on a minimap. They want to backstab.
Go, boys, go. The hunt. They think they're probably running to Roshan.
I believe so.
Okay.
But look at the positioning from NiP. They know. They're just holding the high ground.
Checks out Roche. Arrow does reveal position. They will be able to find the Invoker. Gonna try to get that silence up. BKB makes sure that that Blood Right does nothing, and the battle is upon us. Terrorblade clicking, clicking, clicking. Actually swaps somebody with hardly any HP, but then he will be able to Satanic. There we go on the back end. Earthshaker with an Echo Slam, and yet not a lot of deaths here. NiP losing most of those deaths, in fact, as we see the turnaround. Here's Spectre. Double down. Oh my goodness gracious. Spectre is out of there. Nice arrow though. Terrorblade taken out. What do you know? The Shackle did it. Here comes the Spada going on that uphill. The rest of the bot back boys, though, they're going to go right on top of that Wind Ranger trying to take her out, and she will barely get away. Another fantastic Shackle onto those creep camps. Here we go, chasing the Venge, taking them out. Bing, bang, another incredible Shackle. Literally everyone died from a Shackle in that fight.
Oh, Gilger, he dodges it. Even tips him. Okay.
Oh,
but this is a big team fight. I believe he used Sunder on Invoker to try to keep him alive and then try to use Satanic to get himself to full HP, but you're in no position to use Sunder to actually keep your teammates alive. You want to use it when you're low HP on Spectre, try to swap it, and that's pretty much it. You need to take care of yourself. We can see the replay here.
Yep, there it is.
There it is, looking very hot.
Yep. We got a new intern from 1997. So he makes those, he takes them with his phone and then puts Drowning Pool over them. You can see those on WePlay 5. Let those bodies hit the floor. As we now goes to see Mio. Dios Mio! He has found himself a Earthshaker. Earthshaker going to use those ever so powerful spider legs to get out of there. And what do you know? NiP making some mistakes. Or is it mostly... Oh, there he is! Misha! That's the camera that Misha has given us. He is showing us his screen. Is Misha a bot? I do not know. No, that was a human hand. Incredible. Thank you, Misha, for that great camera.
There you have so many zoning spells. Like, look at Bloodseeker. This plus Veil plus Power Shot, amplifying the magical damage. It's insanely strong. He's the one who's actually keeping the cheese at the moment.
That's right.
Not sure he actually needs it. He's super tanky. He's sitting at 50 armor, if I saw that correctly. 50 plus. Okay.
6.
Craggy coat on him, that's why.
Craggy. The Craggers. It will do it. Craggle Rock. There it is. Monkey King Bar coming out on your Wind Ranger. Going to be doing even more damage as we see Spectre's game really coming to a head. But it could go either way in a Terrorblade game, you know? Terrorblade on the back end, being able to hit people, could be anyone's game still, in my personal opinion, and not that I'm good at this. You know? What do you think, Lucas?
I think Khan is in full control of this game, even though if they, you know, make a mistake or two, they still have a much better late game. Spell Prism on your Ember Spirit. That's a good one.
Yeah,
great stats.
But show the win percentage, though. I mean, as you can see, it's hardly even 70%. Uh-oh. You can take that off now. Thank you. Don't let it continue to go up on
Full
screen.
damage build on TB. He needs something to pierce through evasion against the Radiance, against that Vindrun. He has no buyback. That's the only issue here.
Again, I mean, we're seeing this from teams where they'll pick up the Terrorblade, but not have that guy in the front. Earthshaker has had such a brutal game. He's not really going to be a frontline for more than half a second. So who's taking the focus in these fights? You can't lose Invoker. You can't lose. You could lose Venge, but she dies really quick. This guy needs somebody to take these shots for him.
Khan's lineup will just scale much, much better. In the late game, you have Spectre, you have Vindranger, who has MKB, so your position 4 is doing so much damage. You have Bloodseeker building pure utility items, but wants to mess up with the build that you're going for, getting Heaven's Halberd, and Ember Spirit, man, he's insanely farmed.
Pretty big boy. Almost as much as Spectre, who has done literally nothing but farm and run for her entire life.
Spell Prism plus Arcane Rune.
Woo! I just see something messed up here. Oh, that's the target that they want to swap back into the entire team, but he swaps him away from the Terrorblade for just a little bit. Terrorblade is able to pick up that kill, though. Incoming BKB. Oh my god, the damage from this guy with Alacrity. He is just melting this entire team. Picked off that Spectre in the right time, in the right place, and everything goes their way. Holy shit!
What just happened? I mean, TB, Daedalus, and MKB, they ran into them. Spectre did not even use ulti, so they had no vision.
Oh, man.
They're fighting under no vision. There's 2 Dire Observer Wards, 2 sentries down.
Not great, not great. That Spectre was in the middle of nowhere. It ran into the entire team. Look at that damage. That was super unfortunate. And that, nobody even has buyback. Is that game? Could it be? I mean, the damage.
They have 40 seconds.
I mean,
he's going through backdoor.
Lucky that they don't have Metamorphosis going through backdoor. If he did have meta, this would very be close to game ending. However, no
I just don't feel that game was throwable. I feel they're in control of the game.
Well,
TB is massive, don't get me wrong, but they still should be able to control the rest and deal with TB later on. You can't just go and blast him from 100 to 0. You don't have the heroes. And he has Illusion Escape, nice one. I think he benefits so much from the item, and the Spectre is the one who benefits the most.
Alright, gotta try to slow this guy down here. He's probably gonna be able to take this full lane on Rax.
I think Khan is just asking themselves, what just happened? Like, we lost one fight, we lost 2 sets of barracks, and now they're in control of the game.
Oh, Spectre using an ult to try to get something out of here. We do see a Shackle go off on the Invoker. Not too sure. What is that creep doing there? What is that evil creep doing so far out of his camp to try to attempt to kill Invoker? Invoker is making his way out, however. Ember Spear trying to catch, but Invoker is ghost sprinting.
Let's see the Shackle.
What? Even Ice Frog, in his ability to try to get Wind Ranger to cheat, is not able to allow that hero to be competent.
But we gotta give him credit for that. That was some
beautiful.
Insane Shackle.
That was very, very good cheating, but you lose anyway. No, I'm just kidding, Con. Excellent attempt there. But, yeah, Magic Land coming out here, too. Not a bet. Hello? Genie en route. Genie on the ground. No one? Okay. Well, Courier will get it. Well, Lacoste, that is a Agnum Scepter. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not something we see very often.
What kind of horrible caster wouldn't know what that does? Can we hover over that real quick and a little reminder of that one?
Oh, the big Echo Slam.
On that. Oh, Spectre, what are you doing out there again? Naive, force-staffed out. Thank goodness for our friend Enchantress getting that Spectre out, and Enchantress probably going to have to pay with her life for that. Arrow not being used on that inch. We're just going to use meta on the back line. And now Terrorblade with the Alacrity, with the pain, backdooring that tower. This is looking bad. You have got to buy back on your Enchantress, and you've got to see what you can do. So here we go.
That's the fear duration you have. TB's just going ham.
Woo! Not too much that you can do to stop that from happening. Your bot back Wind Ranger. trying to get out of there. BKB popped on your Invoker, looking for his own pick. BKB expiration has happened, but he will be walking away. The team knows that meta's almost done. Time to maybe get the hell out of there. Metamorphosis is now down, and first hit bash on that, but here comes the Alacrity. Why need meta when you got Invoker? And the boys, nice Shackle coming out. Swap though to get that Terrorblade out of there, and the Mirana. Another great Shackle into this time the big ol' Silence. Could they be turning it around on NiP? It looks like so. Earthshaker managing to stun 3 heroes during this chase, and they are going to go for the Invoker. Invoker is dead, trying to find somebody else. Mirana invisible, no detection, throws an arrow. Terrorblade.
Where's the bash?
Trying to be key.
They don't see him. They lost the vision.
Where are the wards?
Where? Next Roche is going to respawn in 40 seconds, so that's the third one, if I'm counting correctly.
I think so.
Cheese Aegis +1. This game could still go both ways. We've seen, like, the execution is not perfect, back and forth. It's very hard to, you know, try to understand what the teams are going to do. In terms of, yeah, let's just throw. We saw some of the throwing Chronospheres in game number 1. Oh, Dispersion. Spectre hit level 25, so she's gonna be much harder to kill. And no one's building any kind of a break.
Nope. No brakes on this train, my friend. Must say, if you thought game 1 was exciting, get ready for game 2. I predict this one to be twice as long. Here we go. Look at Mio. Look at what he is doing. What is he doing? Look at him. There he goes. Very nice push on the creeps.
Meta is back up. That's almost a 4-second fear with the Aghanim Scepter in all directions.
44-minute Blade Mail coming out on the Spectre here.
I mean, he bought Mask of Madness as a 6th item in the previous game. I'm really not surprised.
Yes. Maybe he's Benjamin Button, and he's buying them backwards. Go ahead and initiate onto that Earthshaker. Earthshaker so important in these fights. He's got to get back in there with an instant buyback. Terrorblade, BKB hitting him up. All that damage. And look at him go. Look at the range.
Look at the range.
Woo! Spectre out yet again. This Enchantress just has to keep killing herself to save her teammates. Wind Ranger running away on the back end. Terrorblade did have to use meta. Looking for that Roach. There's that hideous monkey. That demon monkey. Still in that pit. They see him doing it.
Seems like Spectre wants to go in.
Oh.
They're scouting things out with the monkey. They might steal an item.
Look out, monkey!
Sunstrike the monkey.
Okay, here we go. We have a snatch from the Spectre! Spectre snatching that Aegis, going in. She's got the Blade Mail. We don't have meta. The swap comes out. Terrorblade doing as much damage as he can, but he's being kept in control here for a little bit. Spectre now pops out Aegis, looking for more kills. Oh, that cold snap's going to be a real big deal. Pops that BKB, and Spectre is just caught out with an instant first hit bash. But Terrorblade, the dispersion, the damage, the pain. The Con was out of this game, but Con don't know how to give up. Con, they survived. Yes, they Con.
They stay calm, and Spectre goes in. Uses that neutral item, tier 4. Yes, that one. Havoc Hammer pushes them out and steals the Aegis. That was such a sick play.
Absolutely. Diving now, trying to get everything that they can. Wind Ranger dies in the back line just from the hatred of the universe. And we will see us turn around here. I told you. These two teams don't give up.
They never do.
They never do.
This is such an entertaining Dota. You know, back and forth. One team's winning at the moment. Then a minute after, the other team just feels in full control of the game. Mio.
Uh-oh, Mio gets his... Is the Hunter become the Hunted? Could it be? EMP? Down on the arrow? Mio, Dios,
That's a 5-second arrow.
Bye-bye. Holy woly, who would have thought that would happen? The Apex Predator turned into the opposite. I can feel the insanity coming back, Lacoste. I need your help. Give me the hand signals if it gets too crazy.
What is the opposite of Apex?
Apex. D's-pex.
Invisibility.
I'm so sorry, everyone. Dota Capitalist will be replacing me now.
I don't know, just read it backwards.
Huh? Zekpak.
Zeppa.
Sounds like what my cab driver screamed at me when I took too long to get in.
He said Zeppa.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Sounds legit. I don't know. Production, what does it mean?
Production just started playing a loud white noise sound. Okay, great. Fantastic. As we see this game start to even out, less than 1k net worth on Team NiP. They proved themselves in the last comeback. Will they do it again? Khan has everything that they need. Blade Mail, Dispersions, Spectres, also 4 other heroes. But will it be enough? Soon we will find out.
I see Aghanim Scepter queued up on Mirana. Not sure that's the item you want to go for.
Oh.
I mean, you have Timeless Relic, so more damage coming out from your spells.
Beautiful. Made the tips as well. Going out on that Earthshaker. Earthshaker, if you did forget, I believe bought back in that last fight to turn it around. Without him, that's a pretty big advantage.
Well, maybe if Mirana gets like Ags, they used Blood Rage on her, plus Veil, plus Timeless Relic. She one-shots the whole team.
Yeah, maybe. You know, the classic Mirana 50-minute Ags coming out here to compete with the 45-minute Blade Mail. Insanity. Just the kind I like. Smoke up in that bottom. Hunting for that Ember Spirit. Out of position yet again.
They have Hex, so he can initiate with it into Arrow. What did he try to do? Just Hex him.
Oh! Got greedy. I believe he alacritied himself, or he silenced him? What happened there? It was a good pick, NiP. Oh, no. That's a shame. I'm sure it's fine, though. No big deal, as they will have another chance. Both teams taking it very cautious, very slow. And Earthshaker, however, that advantage that they have is gone. Everybody's ults are up. Mirana using her ult soon as well. It has returned.
TB also popped the meta for that fight. I mean, there was no fight, but for that.
It was there. I mean, they saw a guy. Remember when that happened? Got excited. If I give you any life advice out there, guys, don't pop your meta too quick. And that is a metaphor for many things in life. Wait for the right moment, because you can't meta all the time.
Yeah, TB popped metaphor. Earthshaker is so underfarmed this game. Just a Blink Dagger and Guardian Greave sitting on 2,000 gold on top of that. That's a core Earthshaker, remember, it is the offlane one.
Yo, hold up. There's an Earthshaker in the game? What? I'm sorry, I can't. It's not funny yet, I say it every time. There he is, level 20 though! It's a big deal.
You know, but for the viewers that are just tuning in.
Yeah, the same joke the 5th time. I mean, some of them might have missed it. Just joining us now. And looking for some more kills. Now on the aggression is Mr. Crowbars. Will he be able to find somebody? No. Oh. Hunter, hunted. Could it be? Dodging that. He's got a smoke. He's right out of range. Manages to see him, but it's a scary situation. Let's get out of here. This is my favorite part of the game.
When teams are doing nothing?
No, yes. When they are both so powerful, they must simply build it up. You know? You must simply wait. Everyone wants 25. Everyone wants 30. They know the next fight could be the end.
Ooh, this is a big one if they can get 25 on Bloodseeker. Reducing the cooldown on the Blood Rite.
That is big. AoE silences mean a lot against this team. Here we go. Trying to find what they can. Nice double shackle. They get the Terrorblade. He's the main target. They want everything to go on him. BKBs are popped, and they're going to swap him out for Spectre. Spectre swapped out onto the front line. BKB popped by that Terrorblade, and now he's going to go all in.
There's the fear.
Metamorphosis. Here comes the pain. Here comes the death. And he will easily take these boys out. It's all about timing with this guy. You can't commit if he still has meta and BKB. It will just mean disaster.
This Aghanim Scepter on TV is actually doing the work.
Yeah?
Like, this is the first time I see it in the professional game.
But what does it do?
I'm not saying that it did not happen. It's an AoE fear that lasts for 4 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
3.75. I just like to round the numbers up.
Don't worry, Observer. You shouldn't have to look that up for me. An AoE fear. That's very good. All right. Terrorblade moving in. Hitting towers.
Look at the range.
That is unbelievable. Spectre does have to buy back just to fight those illusions. They can't afford to lose that Rax there because they know that all their other lanes are open up as well, and this other Rax not getting healed up. So, looks like this could be the free Roshan. Should it be there, which it is not for 30 more seconds.
Invisibility.
Important thing for NiP is that their cores are having buyback. All three of those, if we consider Earthshaker a core. I've said the joke again.
I won't do it. But yes, he is. Don't look at his items, please. Oh, will we see the anger come out? Lag, sorry. Coming out from the Venge. Everyone calm down. No need to take this into a whole nother place. Thank you, NiP, for putting on your cameras for us. We do appreciate getting a small window into your lives.
And this is it.
And this guy,
nice.
the dude,
with the thumbs up.
The thumbs up. He knows we're watching. Concerning. And yes, thank you. Not many teams are nice enough to give us their cameras. If you do appreciate NiP, make sure to go ahead and send them a message on their Twitters and say thank you for making our experience better. So rare in Dota. Does someone work to make the experience better instead of just stealing from it? But not a
very rare these days.
Very rare. And yes, we wait. 10K up, NiP waiting for their shot for glory. I'm surprised they didn't get more after that tremendous team wipe that they did.
So Charlie decided to go for Refresher, has that, and a buyback. So SNY is in the backpack. I still feel like you should put SNY in and Power Treads out. Yeah, that's what he just did. So having Refresher, you know, he can fear them for 375 times 2. That's almost 8 seconds. 7 point off.
That would be weird if that happened, but very entertaining.
They can stack the fear if somehow they manage to kill another Roche and give Aghanim Scepter to Venge. He has the fear on swap. 2 charges.
What a way to go out in complete terror, I think they would call that. 2
Wave of terror.
Of fear.
Terror Blade.
Terror Blade, Terror Wave, fear on both. I mean, clearly these two characters were made for each other.
Lore, please.
No.
Are they related in any way?
No. Not at all. Incoming BKB going out on your Vengeful Spirit, trying to get a nice swap there, swapping back yet again. Meanwhile, on the other side, nice Echo Slam onto nobody.
They got him.
They got him. One dude down, insta buyback, but this is a big deal. Meta is gone. We do have BKB though, excuse me, Refresher. Wind Ranger not even near the fight, instantly dies as they try to go on somebody else. Arrow on top of your Spectre, big deal. Here comes the Sunstrike, Force Staff out by your Enchantress doing everything that she can to keep her alive, but
has
doesn't
no
happen.
buyback.
No Spectre, no Wind Ranger, no hope. Goodbye. Wrap it up. GG.
This might be the game. Roshan is up. They still have one more meta since he used the Refresher on TB.
Might be quite a generous thought there, Mr. Lacoste, as they start to dismantle these towers. Look at that carry shaker hitting it twice.
They're just going for tier 4s right now.
Screw it! They know they don't have buyback. If they did, they would have done it already. And here come the tier 4s.
Seems like he does not care too much about these blood rights.
It is now up to Wind Ranger. Alone. Buys back. All that farm. All that damage. Can she do it? Hits the TB. BKB. He's walking away on the back line. Ember Spirit. And that's your GG.
Man, what a game. What a series, actually. These two teams playing against each other. You know, there's a lot of mistakes happening in the game, but very entertaining Dota.
Absolutely.
And I need to say Charlie, he played one hell of a game, one hell of a series, actually, and his item build in the second game